I have a problem every time I go on tour. You know, I always seem to fall in love, you know. But I always seem to fall in love with a groupie, you know. And when I go down south, I always seem to fall in love with a white girl. But that's never usually any problem. But the most crazy time was the time I fell in love with a KKK bitch.
I'm gonna tell y'all a little story, all right? You gotta follow the words, you know? It's about love, you know? Because I really was in love. Y'all ready? I don't tour, yo, I've been all around the world with this Georgia with this fine-ass white girl. Blonde hair, blue eyes, big tits and thighs. Kind of girl that would knock out most guys. We got wild in the backstage bathroom. Suck my dick like a motherfucking vacuum. Said I love you, but my daddy don't play. He's a fucking grand wizard of the KKK. Love a KKK, bitch. Love what you suck, yo. Love a KKK, bitch. Love what you fuck, yo. Love a KKK, bitch. Love it when I treat her bad. Love a KKK, bitch. Motherfucker, dear old dad. You know what I'm saying? So we was partying with these girls, you know? Ernie C had a Nazi. My man Lloyd had a skinhead. My man D had the other KKK girl. He had a Christian fundamentalist daughter up there, you know what I'm saying? And I had the Grand Wizard's girl, you know? So we fucking them on the sink, bathtub, on the stairs. But we got tired, so we wanted to go outside, you know what I'm saying? So one night she took us to a meeting. White sheets, white hoods, no room for seats. There were skinhead Nazis and crazy, talking about black people pushing up daisies. They hated blacks, Jews, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans, Indians, even Chinese men. We had our hoods on, we were slick. She pushed her butt up hard against my dick. Then her daddy jumped on the stage, talking about killing in a goddamn rage. I got mad, my dick got hard, ran in there, she said, oh my God. Dear old dad. So what we basically saying is we like white women, black women, Mexican women, Oriental women, Indian women. If you come from Mars and you got a pussy, we'll fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? No problems here. Because we love them, you know what I'm saying? So what happened? You want me to tell what happened when we went down south? So every year when body count comes around, we throw orgy in every little southern town. KKK, skinhead, and Nazi girl break their necks to get to the party. It ain't like they man can't fuck. The dick's too little and they just can't nut. So we get buck wild with the white freak. I show him how to really work the white sheep. I know a daddy will really be after me when his grandson's name Little Ice T. Love a KKK, bitch. Love what fuck me, though. Love a KKK, bitch. Love what suck me, though. Love a KKK, bitch. She loves when I treat her bad. Love a KKK, bitch. Motherfuck her dear old dad.
So why are you guys banned from the Whiskey A Go-Go?
Because they're dumb fucks and they can suck my dick while I take a shit. I could wait till that shit burns down. I could see the whiskey from my crib, kind of, right? And I seen smoke coming up one day, and I said, the whiskey's on fire. God damn it. I hope the whole block burns down. Nah, I don't know, man. We were supposed to do a gig there, right? Headline the whiskey, you know. It's a great thing in rock and roll. You know, it's one of the things you want under your kerchief, right? You like to have it, you know. Even though it only holds 400 motherfuckers and I'm used to playing at 20,000, they don't realize that I'm bigger than that piece of shit dump down there. But I decided we would play the whiskey. We humbled ourselves to play that garbage heap of shit. So the homeboy decided, he said, yeah, well, if Ice-T plays here, he tells the pigs say, yeah, well, for Ice to play here, he's going to have to use 50 uniformed officers and pay them $50 an hour to stand inside because I was in a movie that caused a riot in Westwood. That's some shit. So if Wesley Snipes wanted to play up there, they'd ban it too. So they tell me that. So I was like, okay, cool. We'll trip off this. We'll give you the $5,000. You know what I'm saying? So I went down to one of my dope houses and checked some money. No, I'm playing. No, but I said, we'll give you $5,000. Then we got the call back, and they were like, to tell you the truth, we don't want Ice-T on the strip, and he will never play the strip as far as we're concerned. So that means the Whiskey, the Roxy, and where? The Rainbow? The Rainbow. rainbow. I would drive by the rainbow, but my man Lemmy from Motorhead's up in there, so I'm gonna leave that. But if you hear some shots, it might be the syndicate. You punk motherfuckers, you really want trouble. So we went, then that same night, we went and played the Spice, sold it out, no violence. Everybody was killed, cool.
But all the violence was down at the Roxy.
Yeah, they was tripping with the Roxy.
Drove a car and
yeah, they was tripping because he got mad. He wanted to see us. He got mad, so he knew who was at the bottom of that shit.
Fight in the middle of the street.
But then at the same time that night, someone got shot in front of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Told you it was a violent film. Next question.
Billboard magazine, radio, and you know, for years, it basically had a division in music between pop or white and what you call the black chart. Why do you think music has traditionally been segregated like that? I mean, obviously, you guys don't seem to see it that way.
I know white girls, you know. I mean, back when rock first started, it was like, you know, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, you know, white kids loving it. You know, screaming and screaming. Unfortunately, down south where it all started, they have these people that don't want to see us get together and have fun. The fear is of black and white girls having children, which would eliminate the white race. Let's give you a little sociology type thing here. In order for a white person to be, he has to have a baby with another white person. If a white person has a baby with a Mexican, Oriental, Jew, or anything, it's no longer white. So that's the fear of a black planet, all of us getting along, having fun, and we no longer are a race, we're just humans. These people don't want to do that, so what they do is they have Pat Boone come in and fucking recreate all Little Richard songs, and you give Elvis the king of rock, and now we ain't in rock no more. But now in the 90s, you got a new music called rap. White kids are locking on to this music real tough because it's black music, and white kids don't hate black kids. It's just their parents that are all fucked up. So the white kids are coming, they saying, hey, man, this is cool, man. I like Public Enemy, man. I like Ice-T. Their mother says, censorship-wise, you can't hear it because it's bad words. Bullshit. It's not a fear of them liking me. It's a fear of them hearing the word. It's a fear of them liking me. See? But in the 90s, kids are too smart for that. And they ain't having it, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we went up there, play with DRI, all the white kids. It's like, oh, this is dope, this is great, we love you. And that's what it's all supposed to be about, you know what I'm saying? That's why we wrote the song, Mama's Gotta Die Tonight. All your mothers that are racist, kill them. We can end racism.
DC, you tell them motherfuckers what they said when they seen 10 niggas walk into a rock club with guitars. You know what they said? There goes the neighborhood. Here come them fucking niggas with the fancy cars. Who gave them fucking niggas those rock guitars? Who let them in the club? Did you make them pay? Who let them on the stage? Who let them play? Don't they know rock's just for whites? Don't they know the rules? These niggas are too hardcore. This shit ain't cool. Those blacks want everything in the fucking world. That nigga plays so good. He took my motherfucking girl. There goes the neighborhood. That goes the neighborhood. That goes the neighborhood. Yeah, there goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. Yeah.
Well, all my homeboys, everybody in the group are real, like, you know, rock and roll guitarists and drummers and all that. And it was always a rock influence in my on my rap album. So starting a rock band was a way of me going all out rock. You know, I mean, there's only so much rock you can use and rap without it not being rap anymore. So they've been fighting with me, yo, Ice, man, come on, make it more rock, make it more rock. I said, well, fuck that. We're just gonna make our own band and stuff. So we created this band, Body Count.
Well, I was working on these songs for a couple of years, and over the last 6 months, we put the band together, and we were looking for a vocalist and everything. And Ice was our homie, and he said, let me try it, and it worked out. So it was a great thing. So it's been about 6 months for Body Count.
Yeah, but what happened with Ernie was he was trying to be in a lot of groups, you know. He's a good guitar player. And I just said, man, fuck that, man. We just make our own band, you know what I'm saying? Because all our homies can play just as good as the guys. We go to the rock clubs, we check them out. We say, right, we can do this. You know, why keep looking to be something? Let's do it ourselves. So we connected it. One thing, Ernie cut 5 songs as a demo tape by himself, like a la Dave Mustaine type thing. You know, I'll do it all, play it all. But all the new music that we're playing here today has been created since the group got together. So it's not like we're playing, his stuff got us started, but now we're not even really using too much of that material. We've moved forward, progressed. You know, I've been writing the lyrics. They just lay the hooks and it goes down.
You know what, motherfucker? There goes the neighborhood. They're in here. We got guitars. We came to kick ass. And you can suck my motherfucking dick. D-Rock, tell them what time it is.
Known each other since high school. You know, we were into different eras.
It's kind of like I didn't know D-Rock that good, but Ernie knew D-Rock. You know what I'm saying? And then I met Lloyd through one of my other boys, you know, so we all been down. And you know, it's so funny because like when I came off on the rap tip, everybody's like, oh, yo, this kid from Crenshaw High School, he's coming up this gangster shit, you know, everybody's like, yo, this shit is different. And I said, man, isn't this amazing that some people that came from the same exact background as me are playing rock? You know, I said, this is something different. And when we initially made the group, we all understood that if we were gonna have to look like traditional rock and roll guys, we would never do rock and roll because, you know, the hairspray and the spandex, I don't look good with that on. So we just said we can't do it. So what we said, not knocking them groups, I'm just saying that we couldn't have did it, you know? So we just said, why the fuck we just don't dress the way we are? We homeboys from the hood. Let's make the first, you know, gangster metal group. You know what I'm saying?
You know what they said? There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. There goes the neighborhood. That is the neighborhood. We shouldn't have never let him get guitar. We shouldn't have never taught him how to play the drum.
This motherfucker was carrying a guitar around. I'm gonna tell you, I mean, I and most of the other homies in the group spent a lot of time like trying to adapt, you know. We dressed like the gangsters and shit to hang out. He dressed like a gangster, but he walking around with his fucking guitar. And then one time in Nutrition, he does like a show where he made his own flash pots, and he was doing Peter Frampton to the 200 Crips.
Yeah, and they didn't know what was going on.
What the fuck is this dude doing? But then he fell down, he spun around, he blew up a coffin. How'd you make the flash pan?
With gunpowder and a trigger trigger things, so they didn't know what was going on.
And Beatmaster V was playing some other kid's drum and broke his fucking drum set.
Yeah, they thought I was crazy, so they didn't mess with me.
I'm like, oh shit,
this guy's off.
It was kind of, it was a weird thing. But there was always, every black school, no matter how deep it is, there was a dude at our school that thought he was Hendrix. What was that dude's name? Steve, I think. Don't say his name. His name was Fred.
Oh, Fred.
He was walking around with bandanas on and shit, singing, you know, doing the Star Spangled Banner and shit. Trip.
This next song is dedicated to one of my great friends, long-loved friends, Police Chief Daryl Gates.
I'm a cop killer. I got my black gloves on. I got my black shirt on. I got my ski mask on. This shit has been too long. I got my 12-gauge sawed off. I got my headlights turned off. I'm about to bust some shots off. I'm about to dust some cops off. I'm a cop killer. It's better you than me. Cop killer. Fuck police brutality. I'm a cop killer. I know your family's grieving. Fuck them. Cop killer. But tonight we get even. Got my brain on high. Tonight'll be your night. I got this long-ass knife, and your neck looks just right. Now my adrenaline's pumping, I got my stereo bumping. I'm about to kill me something. A pig stops me for nothing. I'm a cop killer, it's better you than me. Cop killer, fuck police brutality. That's right, I'm a motherfucking cop killer. I know your mama's grieving. Fuck her. Cop killer, but tonight we get even.
Do you think the rap audience is accepting metal equally?
White kids historically have been always intrigued with black musical forms. You know, you can hear a guy that listen to a Slayer album and then they go home and they bump James Brown. You know what I'm saying? It's just part of it. You know, intrigue with black, just being black. Black kids are really scared of white people, you know? They don't know whether to trust them. History has set up a thing that says don't trust them. Anything you get, they're gonna steal from you. And it's just, also the rock lyrics today aren't really geared at the black kid.
Fuck the police! 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 I'm a cop killer. It's better you than me. What do you want to be when you grow up? Cop killer. Fuck police brutality. Cop killer. I know your mama's grieving. Fuck her. Cop killer. 'Cause tonight I get even.
It's a killing field. It's a place where poor people live. Nobody gives a fuck. Everybody who's got money says, as long as I'm not there, so what? And the cops run rampant, you know, busting people in their heads whenever they feel like it, because they don't have lawyers to fight. You know, the ghetto is not some place you live in by choice. It's not a black community. It's not a Mexican community. It's a poor community. You know, and, you know, why don't you live in a black community? Because it's not a black community. It's a poor community. If you're white and you can only afford $300 a month, you're gonna be living in South Central Los Angeles. So, you know, it's real fucked up. It's just funny how all the poor people are black and Hispanic. But there's poor white people out there too. And they hear this music better than me. They hear what I'm talking about just as well, you know.
Fuck the police! Louder! Fuck the police! Louder! Fuck the police! Louder! Fuck the police!
I kind of deal with life like doing time, you know, like when you in jail, you just do time. Once you realize there's nothing you can really do, you know, you just kind of do it. So I see the way the game is set up. I can yell about it, you know, fight the power. But in the meantime, you know, just try to get everybody's mind set so they don't run out there and try to fight this big thing called the system and that just smokes you, kills you, or locks you up. Because it's a vicious killing machine, you know. we got to really sit down and think it out before we move on them.
Godzilla, I know your family's grieving. Godzilla, but tonight we get even. Godzilla!
When you come in, you kick it with us for an hour and you have fun, man, you know? I mean, all day today, did you have fun? You just had fun, you know? I mean, how often do you have fun? You can sit home all day like, damn, man, ain't nothing happening. I'm gonna go to that body gown show. Wow, man, that was fun. That's all we're trying to do. A little entertainment, a little time to separate from the horrors of the day.